Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos, with your hosts, John Fahey and Aaron Peter.
Hello, welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. My name is John Fahey. I am joined by the ever beautiful Mr.
Aaron Peter. Yes, that is me.
How you doing, Aaron?
I'm John. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to see you. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I decided probably long overdue to mic up the beautiful Matt Brousseau. Matt, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Oh, hi, everybody.
Matt has been recording us from day one and at this very beautiful studio, and he is definitely the pillar behind Aaron and I, and I want to talk to him a little bit about we're doing something a little weird on the episode today.
Hell yeah.
I get down these. The reason the podcast exists is because I get down these weird holes, and I just go down these holes, and I start finding weird shit, and I can't stop thinking about it. And most of the time, it's stuff that I think is funny. Usually for like some dark, weird reason or whatever, but like it's funny to me. So I moved into a house recently off Santa Monica on Wilton. Mm-hmm. Matt used to live in the house, and I haven't been there long. But while I've been going there, I've noticed that there's the Tiki Adult Theater. Okay.
Yes. World famous.
Right, because this is one of the last porn theaters in the world. And if you listen to the episode with Brian O'Hara, you know that Aaron and I think porn is just...
It's just the best.
It's just the best and hysterical.
Yeah. It's not... I mean, sometimes, yes, it's a sexual thing, but it's more of a... It's a cultural barometer. Mm-hmm. And so... And the stars are very interesting pop culture icons more than just sexual idols. At least for us, I can only speak for us, but porn is so funny.
It's so funny. And I mean, this time, like, that was the thing about the stuff with Brian, is that the idea of going to the theaters and doing porn with people is just so not of this era and insane. And of course, one of these theaters, just one, I think there's maybe another one in like Romantics, but this one is just famous for being strictly an adult theater, not also a sex shop or whatever. This is just a place where you go and watch porn.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, it's on Santa Monica. It's a little hole in the wall. And now I drive past it all the time to go to my house. And every time I go past it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's just right there.
It's right there on the street. It's kind of famous because in 2012, Fred Willard... Mm-hmm. Famous comedic actor, he was arrested there, and so I drive by it all the time, and I can't. I just in traffic. I pulled up the Yelp reviews because I'm like, I know somebody's doing that because the internet is insane.
Yes,
and people can't stop volunteering shit. I've never Yelped a thing in my life. No matter how great or bad, because I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. But people have just got to tell you about their experiences, and I don't understand it.
People need to know about your experience at the Tiki Theater.
So there used to be a bunch of these theaters in, there used to be like probably in every big city because it was all the only place you could go for porn or whatever, right? You know, and, you know, then it became, you know, peep shows and solo booths and all that other weird shit. But the Tiki Theater is a surviving porn theater. 24 hours.
Yes.
It has an average of 3 stars out of 5 on Yelp.
Hell yeah.
3 X's?
No. This is oh my God, dude. 1-star review from 2015. I'll make this short. $14 to get in for a 4-hour limit. What? What? $14 to go in this place? It's a little box.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a big old, that you can see from the street, turnstile. Okay? And what I gleaned from reading these reviews is that you go in this box, the turnstile makes like a boop sound, right? Like a and a boop.
Everyone knows.
So
you're
everybody
in.
knows fresh meat in the fucking theater, right? Everybody turns around. Here, I'll make this short. $14 to get in for a 4-hour limit. 2 pornos playing at the same time. Two.
Oh.
One on a huge projector screen, the other on a television in the corner. So if you don't like what's on the big screen, you just consult the TV.
Yeah, makeshift picture-in-picture.
Very dark and dingy and nut loads all over the seats. Do not sit down. My friend made me and I felt really filthy. Go at your own risk. What are you doing in nut loads? No shit. What are you? Of course.
Is Nutloads a candy bar?
Like, my friend made me? What are you doing?
You're gonna make me sit down?
You're there for 4 hours. You gotta sit.
Who's enforcing the 4-hour limit? Who's
I'll make
time's
this
up?
short. This is also a girl that wrote this, Dee Dee, okay? This motherfucker, Vic, gets involved. Let's hear from some fellas, finally.
Great.
Right?
The target
By
market.
the way, they're playing straight porn. I should say that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those places that you go to whenever you're lonely or just want to get out and go and do something seedy. You ever leave the house?
You know, John.
I just want to...
I don't know. I'm not hungry.
I just want to do something seedy tonight.
I've got the place.
You know, and so this is my thing. So I'm like thinking about these people going to the fucking Tiki Adult Theater. Mostly old men look. This is back to Vic. we're gonna take it back to mostly old men looking for some action with a straight guy. Straight spelled with an 8.
STR8.
Be warned, there's a lot of drug activity in this place.
Clearly.
Oh God. Okay. This go and do something seedy.
Hey, that should be on the building.
Yeah.
The Tiki Theater. Come do something seedy.
Okay, this next guy, Bryce.
Oh, Brian.
This guy talks so sincerely in this review. This guy is talking to John Q. Public right here, dude.
Okay, let's hear it.
This guy is like,
Come on, Bryce.
and he's got a picture of himself and everything.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
Not-
totally.
it's not an
No.
anonymous
Vic,
promo.
Vic too. No shame.
Hell yeah.
This
I
was
love
an
it.
interesting night. I've never been to a porn theater and went out of curiosity. It was $14 with a 4-hour watching limit, which I don't know if I'd ever hit. I walked in and it's a dark theater with one main screen and a smaller big screen TV, both playing separate porn films. Probably about 30 seats and about half full when I arrived. Half full?
Wow.
15 fucking...
Porn films.
I quickly took a seat, not sure exactly what to do. Most guys don't make eye contact and just sit quietly watching. While I'm there, cops burst in twice to try to catch guys masturbating. The first time they come in and shine the light down the rose, which I thankfully was not. He means masturbating.
Right.
They came back an hour and a half later. The guy doesn't know how he'd hit a 4-hour limit, but he's there for like several hours.
Yeah.
And
He's there through 2 raids.
An hour, yeah, exactly. I don't know how, but they come back an hour and a half later and did it again and caught a guy a few rows in front of me. I would say if you just want to watch porn, it can be interesting. I'd prefer at home where I actually can entertain myself rather than worried about getting arrested for it. No fucking shit, idiot.
Yeah. He's right. He's being very sincere, and I think he's telling people to stay away.
I'd prefer.
I'd prefer.
Oh, you don't want to get arrested? Okay.
After a sensible field test.
Okay, and now here's where it gets dramatic. On a sad note, I felt that a few guys there were local homeless people looking for a place to sleep. Since they can't afford a hotel, they just pay the $14 to be able to take a nap for 4 hours.
Just wherever you just lay your head on some nut loads.
The theater seemed the theater seemed fine, a clean enough place, but won't be a regular place for me to attend.
This guy, he's normal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna save the really good stuff for later. This this guy, let's see here. This guy, holy Jesus Christ.
Is that his username?
Boo B.
Boo B.
Boo first name, B, period.
Oh.
This is the first sentence. Well, I'm from Rhode Island. What? What? But when I lived in LA, I've been to Tiki, and I had my fun. But one afternoon, my eyes weren't adjusting to see yet, and I bumped into a guy by accident. Accident spelled A-X-A, dent. He was sitting all the way in front here, the stage. Near the stage,
Yeah.
I assume.
Well, his eyes haven't adjusted yet. It's hard to type.
Hear the stage. I guess he is straight. Well, I am big sexual and proud of it. Big,
Oh.
I think he means bisexual.
I think that's the B in LGBTQ.
Big sexual. I'm big sexual and proud of it. The bottom line is. What? I'm big sexual and proud of.
Sorry, bro. Big sexual and proud.
The bottom line is he spitted on me, then I knocked him against the wall, and he pulls out a knife. I had no weapons. I used to love Pussycat. It turned into Walgreens.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes, the Pussycat.
Pussycat was, so I think that was like a
Theater.
Long Beach one or something.
Maybe.
Another LA one.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last before the Tiki was the last.
Well, now it's a Walgreens.
No, I used to love the Pussycat. It turned into Walgreens.
But apparently that Walgreens still has a pretty dang
Oh, no,
good
Tomcat.
glory
He
hole.
talks about Tomcat. That was another one. He says, and Tomcat closed, I think. Well, be careful.
Period. End. Full stop.
Yeah.
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 God bless. Booby.
Booby, dude. Okay, so this is
You've got more.
This guy says, oh yeah. So here's the fucking thing, right? This thing, like, you go and there's like, this guy says there's an elderly Korean man selling the tickets, right? And he's behind like bulletproof glass,
nutload proof glass,
and it's like no weapons, that's why Boo B had no weapons, no weapons. He saw the sign, no weapons, no drugs, no sex of any kind. You click through a well-worn turnstile and try hard not to touch any surface as you make your way through heavy black velvet curtains with 30 theater-style folding chairs. A quarter of the audience is wearing hooded sweatshirts and smoking crack. Another quarter is jerking off. The rest are jerking each other off, cruising for a jerk-off, or doing something so vile you probably wouldn't want to see it.
oh God.
A lot of people talk about just people smoking crack, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the guys that are sleeping too. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
This one guy says, this is just a good place to go to cruise and hide from the pigs.
Not if you're there for over 90 minutes. They pop in like clockwork there.
Oh, God. Appropriately enough, the bathroom is in the theater to the right of the screen, so if you're looking for some privacy, the Tiki is sensitive to your needs. If group masturbation isn't exactly your thing, you'll be relieved to know that there's a well-worn stall about 50 paces from your seat. You sit through a half hour of amateur porn until the moans and groans from the audience work your last nerve.
What?
You quickly exit the theater and immediately head to the nearest bar where you try to drink away the memory of the last hour. In case you were wondering, the name of the movie I saw was Poontang Clan.
Poontang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, John.
But this is the star. This really set me off, and I did email this person to be on the program.
And?
No response, but also there hasn't been a Yelp review since 2015 from Jenny J.
Oh, Jenny, a lady.
Jenny J in 2014 gives the Tiki a 5-star review.
5,
baby. Jeez. Okay.
Let's hear it, babe.
This is brief, but it blew my mind so much. This is Jenny J. Okay?
Yeah. And
she is given a 5-star review, and she says, first sentence, I had a good old time here. Although it was mostly gay men cruising for guys, I was able to find enough bi or straight guys who enjoyed watching the straight porn flick that was playing, while I played myself and a few of them. Good times.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, This place with the homeless guys and the crack smoking,
The nut loads on the seats.
the nut loads everywhere sounds like a minute-to-minute panic attack followed by panic attack.
Jenny J is a tough.
Jenny J is going in there and is like, hell yeah, dude. And the only only girl, like, so after Fred Willard gets caught at this place, a bunch of like people from like Vice or Gawker or something go in there. Like one guy's too afraid to go in from Gawker or Vice or whatever it was that I saw. So he picks up his friends, right? A girl and a guy. And they're just like, we're going to go to this theater. They last 10 minutes, dude. Out. Gone. Because one of these creeps is like, oh shit, there's a girl. And he gets out of his seat and goes and sits next to her. And they're all like, okay, we got to get the fuck out of here, right? So Jenny J is getting sat by, and she's like, fucking hell. And she's probably moving seats, jumping seats.
Hey, she's having a blast.
Playing with herself and a few of the others, right? So I gotta see more Jenny J reviews, which I do. And ooh, boy, she is a hero.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
Was that all her? Was that her entire?
That's her Tiki review.
I had a good old time.
I had a good old
et
time
cetera,
here,
et
dude.
cetera.
And like she's
Let's spit mine in it.
so she talks to Studs Theater.
Oh, okay. Bookstore and theater. That's in West Hollywood, I think.
She reviews that 2 stars.
Well,
She's
'cause it's all gay guys.
Yeah, right, well, Studs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey,
You know.
there's no straight STR8 guys
She
or
keeps
bi,
it she
big
keeps it
sexuals.
she keeps it brief though.
All right.
About Studs. I had heard they played straight porn in the little theater, but no such luck. Anyone know where you can watch straight porn with others? Not in some single box? So she doesn't want to be in a peep show, right?
No.
This is 15 days before she goes to the Teak. I call it the Teak
Yeah. Well,
because I mean, now in my head it's like a world that I imagine like the regulars, like it's 24 hours, dude.
hell yeah.
Like there's probably people going there every day. How is it in business?
Teak
It's on
regulars.
Santa Monica.
yeah. The rent. I mean, they
The
must have.
rent, 14 hours for $14 for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either like how is it?
Maybe they sell crack.
Maybe right.
Maybe they're locked in a really great lease from back in the day.
So Jenny J, Jenny J takes it a year later to a much higher level at Jason's 2 adult books. Now
I
we're
think that's on Sunset.
this
or
one's
Hollywood.
written Christmas time too, but a year later. Okay,
Well, she likes to.
so she's up the ante big time at Jason's 2 adult books.
TOO.
No, two
Number
Roman numerals. This is her review. 2 stars again. She is not happy.
What?
Why is it so difficult to find a glory hole in LA? And when you do, it's almost exclusively gay.
What?
And now even the gay ones are closing their holes. What's a girl to do?
Poor.
Oh my God, dude. So everybody there's all these comments to Jenny J. It's just fucking acres of perverts like
Drooling.
We'll make you a glory hole.
We'll build you
It's a complete nightmare, dude.
Oh my God. Is there any part of you that thinks that Jenny J is just some dude?
I don't know, but I mean anybody that is seriously like all about the street porn and a girl and going to like that level is somebody I'm just like you are leaving the house and looking for something seedy.
Yeah.
And I don't get it, but man, I'd love to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, something seedy.
Well, you know the
Dude, I would be, I mean, God, I imagine like getting high and going to the Teak. I would
crack?
be,
High on crack.
if I just smoked like a little bit of weed and went to the Tiki Adult Theater, dude, I would fucking go into meltdown.
Yeah, you can't smoke weed.
I
It's too real.
I don't know how. So I'm more on Google, right? And I'm down the rabbit hole. I need to read every review of the Teak that ever happened. To me, the Teak is like Cheers.
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name.
Oh well.
You going to the Teak?
Oh, I'll see you there.
Yeah. Bars close at 2. What are you gonna do? Go to the Teak.
Hey,
Who
Jenny
cares?
J's gonna be there tonight.
Is Jenny J coming?
Yeah, and Boo B.
Boopy. So what I find on Google is like, I guess the deal is it's like an unspoken thing, right? And the deal is this is why this guy, big sexual, got knocked and knife and that whole thing.
He broke the rules.
He broke the rules. The unspoken rules are supposed to be straight guys in the front, dudes that want to hook up with each other in the back.
Hell yeah.
Right. Which, I mean, I'm assuming is like darker.
In the rear.
You know what I mean? Makes more sense.
Yes.
Kind of, whatever. Well, there's a lot of talk about how...
And, well, you're not forcing anybody to look at you hook up when you're in the back.
Right. But there's
that
also the thing of, like, there's, like, a lot of dudes that are, like, maybe not totally straight, but, like, want to think they're straight.
Right, they're looking to get into something seedy.
So that's a whole thing that's playing out, or it's, like, you know...
Yeah.
Maybe if I watch 4 hours of porn...
Around some dudes, I'll bump into a hog.
Yeah. But, yeah, supposedly the thing is... Yeah, hookups in the back, dudes that are just into straight porn and want to jerk off in the front or whatever. And with the crack and the sleeping guys, I don't know. I have no idea. 24 hours. And, like, what happens after the 4 hours? Or do they come get you?
Yeah, what, do they kick you out and you go through the turnstile?
Like who's keeping track?
Pay another $14?
Yeah. Like, how the fuck does that work?
Well, you get 4 hours, I mean, that's Motel 6.
Esque
rates, you know.
So, like, I don't know.
120 minutes.
I want to go just to know.
Well, let's go. Yeah.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll report back.
Try it out.
Hey, I'm looking for hardcore guys. John, I have a little bit of a surprise for you on this Yelp thing because I printed out these the reviews for you per your request.
Yes.
But as I was doing it, I realized, Yelp's got an algorithm where they will show, the most, relevant or the recommended reviews. It's not just
so this is the cream of the crop.
That's the cream of the crop. They also had 7 reviews that Yelp does not recommend. Yes, John is wiggling his legs. Oh God. Here's one from Charles S. This is 0.
Schwab.
There's also 11 removed reviews, but I can't.
11 removed.
Yeah. So who knows? So here's Charles S. with his
great place to smoke crack. Probably a lot of that.
Is this a 5-star review or a 0-star? This is a 0-star review from Charles.
You can do that?
Yeah. There's actually a review that has been removed. It's Fred W. It's Fred Willard.
Fred Willard writes a review. Fred W.
Don't go here. There's pigs everywhere. Okay, so these are all the. All right, here's Charles S. Live Skank-O-Rama Deluxe.
Oh my God.
In my purest Margaret Mead, I have surveyed the goings-on in this lost tribe of Hollywood's lair. Magnificent dancers, my favorite being the elderly Asian lady who scowls through her just hit hard by a snow shovel face and does greasy pussy farts at a hungry audience.
What?
Oh, look, an elderly couple arrive, and Grandma is taken on the crowd that assembles quickly at her sides. Her feet, her husband, the tribe is in heat. Tip the dancer, no one does. She exits. Sperm is flung.
Is this the review of the movie?
I have no idea. I think there might have been live shows at one point.
I think that's the movie. It sounds like a movie.
You guys talking about the movie.
All is awaiting the cops now. They become all too obvious as they assemble just outside the doorway. Pants up!
No shit.
Great theater in the truest of Grand Guignol sex emporiums go. Anything less than a 5-hour early morning visit is silly. Sunday afternoon, bring a folding chair.
Too full on Sunday morning? No fucking way.
It's church, dude. You gotta get to mass.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. But that is so that was Charles S.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
The cops bursting in all the time. Like, nothing about it is remotely erotic or relaxing. Nut loads everywhere. Here comes the cops. This guy wants to touch you, and he's
might
sitting
get
next
stabbed.
to you. Nobody's making eye contact. This guy's smoking crack. Oh, this guy has no place to sleep. Like, it's a second-to-second sensory nightmare, dude.
Yeah. Well, you got to imagine, in a city of 10 million people, there's got to be 15 who that's their shit. That they can't nut Otherwise, unless there's a crackhead in the corner, a dude sleeping, nut loads on the floor, and, armed robbery happening in the back.
Jenny J is also reviewing, like, Chinese places, dude.
Oh, my God, what is she?
You know what I mean? Like,
Great Kung Pao chicken.
she's like, this place is really great.
Glory hole sucks.
But that was a 0-star review because that was a great review.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. That guy's a fucking poet, dude.
I give it a 5-star review.
Yeah.
I give that review 5 stars. There's more. This place is little. This is by Tommy H. in 2010. This place is little more than a shed with a cheap screen and an HD TV next to it. HD, nice. I first went to this theater in 1987. There was a stage show every hour with one of the most unattractive women you have ever seen. But this is before most of the better strip clubs came along. Today in 2010, all you get for your $12 is 3 DVD movies and some drag queens. One is blonde and looks like Joe Namath in drag on Saturday nights. The owners are asswipes, and this place looks like a tool shed with chairs. Couples are welcome and occasionally show up, but you should be warned, ladies, if your man is a wimp, you will be harassed by the men there. If you're into that, fine.
What?
Whatever you do, someone is watching you. Audience, listeners, go down a rabbit hole into the Tiki Theater Yelp review rabbit hole.
Get on Google too, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking fun never ends with this place.
Yeah, it's probably in some message boards around the internet.
Oh my God. Did you ever have any?
You ever jerk off in a theater, Matt?
No. Did you ever hear about the theater or see any weird shit going on over there?
I've passed by it plenty.
Sure.
Between there and the Gold Room on Santa Monica. That's right off of Wilton.
Yeah, that's right.
The Gold Room I've been to, and that's
Wait, what's that?
It's another theater.
no, it's
No.
it's an adult. It's not a strip club. Everybody wears tassels, but it's elderly, often elderly Korean women run it and perform there, and the drinks are way too expensive.
Wow.
How's the performance?
The elderly Korean women?
They're nice.
Well, hey,
They mean well.
sure.
Right. Well, dude, I mean, I just, and a lot of people will talk about how they just renovated and stuff.
Oh.
And so they're making money from something.
Yeah, laundering it.
I mean,
It's
gotta
a front. It's
gotta
gotta be a
be. And some people will talk about they always have up-to-date porn movies. It's
Hey.
always the newest. And I'm like, and how does that work?
Yeah, they paying the.
Are they just grabbing a DVD and showing it, or is that the same system as the regular movie theaters? Do they?
Oh,
do you pay for a reel and all that shit?
Oh, there's no way.
There's no way, right?
There's no way.
It's a DVD and a fucking.
Yeah, definitely.
Good God. So the Teak, I guess we got to go and then tell listeners later.
Maybe we'll record our experience there. We'll do a man on the street.
This guy from Vice or Gawk or whatever is he goes back again after he splits after seriously 10 minutes with his friends. I was like, what a baby, dude.
Yeah.
If you're going to the Teak,
hang out.
go just try
it out.
Head down to the Teak, dude. Fucking so he just lingers outside the place and he's trying to interview people going in. And people are like, please move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck off.
Yeah.
You think I want to talk about this? I need to do this. That's you know what I'm saying?
I need this.
Yeah, I need to do something seedy.
Yeah.
It's Monday or whatever.
Sunday morning, bring a chair.
So, dude, and that's another thing. I the fucking busy times. They show you the busy times. So midnight is cracking as far as Google says.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight. It's lit, and it's just about as lit at 9 p.m. as it is at 3 a.m. By these, little
bell curves.
Yeah, these little charts they got on Google for the
we'll
popular
post,
times.
We'll post the graphs in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll put it all on the Instagram.
We will put it on.
Yeah,
Instagram.
we actually will put it on Instagram. And Fred Willard said he didn't masturbate there. He was adamant he wasn't doing that.
Oh.
Which I'm like,
well, why? Why not?
he was 72
Oh.
at the time of the arrest. That's a hell of an age.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Still getting out.
Which also
gotta
makes sense.
get up.
That makes sense why you're going to a porn theater.
Because you don't know how to work the internet.
What the fuck is the internet?
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
you know what? There's something to curation. I want to go see what's this fine purveyor of smut. What does he think is, the hottest ticket out there right now?
What's the newest, trending? Yeah.
Fuck Skin Flick. you know,
And
you,
it made,
you need a DJ.
and so the thing they say is why the cops are bursting in so often is they got to fill quotas.
Yeah.
And you know you're going to get guys jerking off there.
Or smoking crack.
Or yeah, whatever. So an average out of 5 on Google, 3.3.
Hey.
Jesus.
That's nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And listeners, you know, if you know, we're all here. We're all about helping people out here. And if you know where the good glory holes are at, leave it in the comments. And we'll make sure that Jenny J.
Yeah, we'll forward it to Jenny J.
Yeah, we'll forward it.
I really am like worried about her, kind of.
You think she found a glory hole and never came back?
I don't know, but there hasn't been a Yelp review since like 2 years ago. And she was a pretty heavy Yelper before that. Although maybe people were like, stop talking about all this. I don't know. But she was doing it. She didn't have a picture of herself up like Vic and fucking Bryce. Those fucking guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the fucking the yelping. I don't get it. And I mean that. Like I don't
It takes a certain type of person. Yeah.
Just to volunteer things on the internet. Yeah. I don't get it. It's exactly like the Reese Witherspoon's horse thing. All the people commenting. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Reese Witherspoon's horse?
No.
You don't know about this?
No.
Okay, so there's a bunch of Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And there was a thing that this girl posted in like a 20,000 person group on Facebook that was like, hey, does anybody know how to get a hold of Reese Witherspoon? My horse was stolen several years ago, and I just saw this picture of Reese Witherspoon with my horse.
Oh, God.
And she shows a picture of her horse and Reese Witherspoon with this horse, which Reese Witherspoon and this horse is like a picture from fucking New Zealand. It's entirely not this woman's horse.
Right.
Who lives in L.A.
Right.
And it doesn't look like her horse. So it's just thousands of comments of people being like, look at this fucking idiot. But there's like a million of those comments are people being like, that doesn't look like your horse. I wish you luck finding your horse, though. And you're like, what? Why are you taking time out of your day to get involved?
It's all old people, dude. They don't get it.
That's not old people. These are regular people just have to talk and say stuff. And it's like, what is your deal?
I remember my horse. They start just...
But this guy, it's like this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like these unnecessary... So most of the comments in that case are people making fun of it, and that's fine. But like these people that legitimately just have to say like an obvious thing, like... You should probably jerk off at home. Like 2 different people on Yelp said, you should probably jerk off at home instead of going here. Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Without the crack and the knives and the homeless guys and the sleeping.
Unless that's your thing.
You know what I mean? Like, people that just have to say obvious shit.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to hear about a weirdo?
Yeah, I do, guys. All right. Let me just get the taste of Jenny J out of my mouth.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's just I went down that rabbit hole. I had to talk about the teak.
You got to talk about the teak.
It made me so happy reading these. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
I just imagine this terrifying world and people going there and why would you go there to begin with? Like a complete nightmare.
It's Hollywood's own little Mos Eisley campaign.
Like if there was a fucking sign out that just said, if you're a maniac, come here. That's what that is. Yeah. You know?
Hell yeah. Hey, John, I see that you've got some headphones.
I do.
Sitting next to you. Would you mind telling me about them?
These are Studio Designing Sound headphones.
Oh.
They come in this gorgeous box.
It looks very
If you like things that come in a box that are nice, and you like to unwrap things, this is like a very nice unwrapping experience.
Oh, okay.
The box like slides out like a drawer, and then you get these headphones in here, and they're wireless. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, they have rechargeable batteries in the little ear things, and they're astonishingly comfortable, and they're made by this company called Studio from Sweden.
No way.
Yes.
You know, John, I actually have a pair of those as well. I wish I was wearing them now.
But
we're not.
I know. I wish I was in the teak wearing these headphones.
Oh, just listening to the sound of your own voice. I no joke, listeners. I fell asleep with these headphones on. That's how comfortable they were.
They're super comfortable.
They are. Little like memory foam almost, the pads.
They are.
Yeah, very, very
I'm making a racket because I'm messing with the box. But, I mean, it's they're quality headphones.
Go to studiosweden.com. Use when you check out, use the code profiles15. You'll get 15% off any purchase, and we'll get a nickel or dime here or there.
Yes, if you buy these headphones and enter profiles15, you will be supporting this podcast, and we hugely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. John, tell me about some weird shit.
Wait. Does the teak have Bluetooth? Can you use?
I think there's a guy with a blue tooth.
The teak. What I want to know is the corner porn versus the big screen. Who gets the audio? Is it all playing at the same time? Is it just a cacophony of?
Yeah, I guarantee you it is.
You think it is?
A racket.
Just a ha ha. One guy said in his review, "Let your ears be your eyes in this place."
Oh.
Maybe there's no sound from the video, and you just hear guys masturbating furiously around you.
They kind of made it sound like that.
It's like when the orchestra plays the score to Back to the Future at the Greek.
I would really like to know on just like a societal level, if it's good to have those places for people. Do you think it's good for those people to have those places to go?
Well, we're all,
is it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it is.
You think it is?
Because what are they're gonna do it in a park otherwise? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
You need public restrooms. You need sewers.
Oh man, I was in the valley last night. Holy shit! I passed by like such a bathhouse.
Oh.
And it's a chain.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized.
Was it Roman Holiday?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know what that was.
Yep.
Dude, have you seen the logo for Roman Holiday? It's a man who looks like he's experiencing pure ecstasy, getting just douched with water.
Yeah.
He's getting doused, and he looks like he's just nutting.
Yeah. I don't know if it's water.
You know what I mean? Dude, and it's a chain.
Yep.
And it looks like it should be like a very secret corporate building. Like there's like no windows whatsoever.
It's like Cube.
Yeah. Try it out.
Hey, try it out. Give yourself a Roman Holiday. You deserve it.
Okay, so what I want to tell you about a weirdo. Would you mind doing me a favor, please?
Yes.
Would you mind telling me the weirdo? Just real quick, if you could tell it to Matt.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things in the world. And whenever I talk about profiles and eccentricity, a show about weirdos, I think, don't be such a weirdo.
So, God, we're gonna get so dark again. Back when there was the Elliot Rogers, the Santa Barbara shooter, that little maniac kid, his dad and his mom.
I'm sorry, real quick. Can you just I don't know what the Santa Barbara
shooting.
You
do? Oh, okay. So
there's so many. I'm not even joking.
Right.
'Cause that's how sad the world is. I don't know what that shooting is.
So this was a few years ago. I want to say like probably 3.5 years ago. Santa Barbara, University of Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara student, male, obviously, went on a little bit of a shooting spree and shot up, I think, some sorority girls and perhaps some guys as well. He was, clearly either under or over medicated, had serious issues, maybe on the spectrum. Really like his dad was like a producer on the Hunger Games or something.
Oh God.
We can get into the psychology behind it all, but he had a lot of YouTube videos being a entitled asshole with no sort of social skills or anything like that. And, he talks into the camera like Patrick Bateman, but not as dope, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad and his mom were on Barbara Walters or 2020 or something like that, 60 Minutes maybe.
Mm-hmm. And did he die or get arrested, or what happened with the shooting?
Yeah, I think he killed himself.
Okay. So this is after they're on Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, God, they're on Barbara. And so they're at, the interviewer is asking the dad, like, how could you let it get to this? You have a nice family, or, you seem like you have it together. And the dad, the dad's got his like trophy wife next to him. She's not saying anything. John loves it. So so the interviewer is like, how could you not see this coming? Were there any red flags? What how could this happen? And the dad was like, well, I would just often I would tell him, just don't be such a weirdo. Yeah, maybe that's the problem, is that your dad's calling you a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you fucking suck at parenting, you dipshit. Don't be such a weirdo.
Have you tried?
Bugger off and don't be such a fucking weirdo.
Have you tried stop being such a fucking weirdo, my good boy?
You bought all these guns. What a weirdo.
I've given you the BMW, the $400
Like,
sunglasses.
I mean,
if you can't get laid, you're just a weirdo.
I mean, like, serious. I mean, you're saying that on Barbara Walters. Like, you're going, my son, the fucking dozens of bereaved parents.
And your kid's dead too.
Yeah, your kid's dead
and
too.
you're talking shit about what a weirdo he is on national TV.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, he told him not to be a weirdo. I guess they did everything they could.
I gave him all the pills the doctor said to take.
Fuck? What a...
And he ended up being a weirdo, a violent weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to profile somebody, go watch some of the YouTube videos. So deranged.
Okay, so I'm thinking I could do this pretty fast. This is just finally a profile, guys. If you're mad that we just fucked around this episode, I'm not sorry, but I'm gonna give you a quick little badass story.
Hell yeah, I love that.
This is just a good, crazy time badass story.
Give it to me.
So basically,
give it to us.
Before Prohibition, the earliest part of the mafia, and the Camorra, they were two separate organizations. The mafia was Sicilian. Mm-hmm. Camorra was Neapolitan, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't mix from old world shit. You know what I mean? And even when you get John Gotti being caught, and, Sammy the Bull Gravano testifying against him, like Sammy was Sicilian and Gotti was Neapolitan, they still talked that shit about each other. Mm-hmm. But basically, when Lucky Luciano kind of took over the mob and made it more of a corporate structure than what they called the Mustache Pete's, the old Dons that were just the boss that were always fighting with each other, Lucky Luciano took them out of that. And he was just like, listen, we can all make a lot more money and not die if we all just go, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine, let's all work together and make more money. Mm-hmm. And at that time, he was like, fuck this Naples versus Sicily bullshit. We're all Italians, who gives a shit? And also, he didn't care if you were Irish or Polish or Jewish or...
Yeah, money's green.
Money's green, exactly. And he was like, we're in America, get over it, But back when it was before that, the Camorra and the Mafia... They would do this extortion scam that was called the Black Hand. You ever heard of this?
Yes, I have heard of it.
The Black Hand was just a thing that happened in Italian neighborhoods, and it was biggest in cities that had the largest Italian populations. And it was like a anonymous extortion thing. You would just get a letter, and it was really preying on people that obviously had money to be extorted. But it was also preying on the superstitiousness of knowing that there was a mafia and Camorra and kind of acting like you were coming from that, but you weren't. It was really just anybody could do a Black Hand. You or I could do it. Mm-hmm. And basically, I would just go fucking, Matt has a fucking fruit stand. I'm going to leave him a note. Okay?
Hey, no harm there.
Who cares? Try it out.
Give it a shot.
And so I would leave him a note, and it would be sometimes it would be devastatingly terrifying with how polite it was. Like this: most Gentile Mr. Silvani, hoping the present will not impress you much, you will be so good as to send me $2,000 if your life is dear to you. So I beg you warmly to put them on your door within 4 days. But if not, I swear this week's time even the dust of your family will exist. Not even the dust of your family will exist.
Oh my God.
With regards, believe me to be your friends.
Oh, wow.
So it's just put the fucking money on your door.
Or else.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
And they would deck it out with skull and crossbones or a saber dripping blood. But most often, a big black hand. A big imprint of a black hand.
Hell yeah.
Right? And just other creepy, anything like a kid into metal in the 80s would draw on his notebook.
Yeah.
They would throw that shit on there, And then sometimes the notes would be just devastatingly creepy. Like it'd be like, you got some cash. I need $1,000. You place the $100 bills in an envelope and place it underneath a board in the northeast corner of 69th Street and Euclid Avenue at 11 o'clock tonight. If you place the money there, you will live. If you don't, you die. If you report this to the police, I'll kill you when I get out. They may save you your money, but they won't save you your life.
Yikes.
Fuck! Jesus!
Which board? Just tell me the board. Which board?
So they were doing this shit, right? And then they fucking, in New York, this one cop starts handling it. Okay?
Black handling it?
This cop he's born in Italy.
Okay.
And he gets sent over to live with his grandfather with his cousin in New York. The grandfather gets clobbered by a streetcar, dies.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Whoops.
Surprise! And they go to a judge, because you got to go to a judge for that, I guess. And they're like, what do we do with these kids? And the judge is like, I'll take them. Takes them himself.
No shit.
Yeah, he's just got them for like a while.
Hell yeah.
So he's got this in with this Irish judge family. And so because of that, he kind of gets exposed to a bit of privilege, right?
Right.
Because there's like, a judge now.
Yeah.
And like he thinks of you as family.
Right.
So this guy is one of the first Italians, that's coming up around 1890s,
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he's going after these Black Hand guys because he's really fucking pissed off that Italians are getting a bad name.
Right.
And they love him because not only the thing is
The community loves this guy who's a
the
cop.
cops love him
Oh, okay.
and the community loves him
And he's a cop.
and he's a cop.
Okay.
And he's going around and he can talk to you and you can explain like, lady, blah, 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 these guys are scumbags, there's no secret society out to kill you. And so like those people like him. The cops love him because he's actually able to get these guys. And he has a real hard on for getting these guys because he's like, I live in this neighborhood. You can't fucking be terrorizing this guy just because he has a fucking fruit stand. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, cops suck. This guy's story is fucking badass. You know what I mean? This guy's story is good. And his name is Joseph Petrosino.
Joseph Petrosino.
Yeah. And he they start being like, get the Dago. When there's an Italian crime.
Oh.
They say get the
They throw
Dago.
up the WAP signal?
They throw up the Dago, throw the Dago on it. And the thing is that he also is
I can say that in some Italian.
Saskatchewan. He's fluent in several dialects.
Okay.
Because not only you're not just getting away with speaking Italian, it's like
Sicilian Italian.
there's
Or
tons
whatever.
of regions of Italy. Like I was in Italy one time and somebody was telling me, "You see this guy over here? He's from Italy." I have no idea what he's saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fluent in several of those, so he can really get down with stuff. And he just fucking starts taking it on, dude. Like they're like, "Okay, leave the money in the alley," right? And he just is like, "Who told you to leave the money in the alley?" And they're like, "Hey, he told me to leave." So he just goes in the alley with his gun and waits and starts beating the shit out of these dudes.
Oh my god.
And he's huge,
Hell yeah.
right? He's like 200 pounds, like 6'2".
In 1890, that's large.
Yeah, he's a big fucking guy, and he starts handling this shit, right? And they eventually put him in charge of homicide, right? And he's tracking down all these like mafia. He knows the guys. He's getting the guys. And then he realizes like, fuck, man, like I bet these guys all have fucking rap sheets in Sicily. So he starts doing a long distance correspondence with the Sicilian cops.
No way.
And he's like, give me all the rap sheets. He gets like 500 guys deported.
Holy shit.
500.
And these are
These are guys from the Camorra,
right.
guys from the mafia. So it's Sicilians, it's Neapolitans, it's anybody.
And this is before the mafia.
This is before the mafia
had got their shit together.
Well, the thing is that all this Black Hand shit was happening in New Orleans. It was happening in Kansas City. Like I said, any city with a big Italian population. You know what put the Black Hand out of business? Booze. Prohibition happens.
Really?
And then all of these guys just start killing for different reasons.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how this whole spoiler alert. That's how the whole story ends. But that's the deal. These are just Mickey Mouse extortion rackets or whatever. But then once booze is illegal,
Now they've got a business opportunity.
It doesn't matter if you're a murderer. It doesn't matter if you're just an whatever it is, whatever you're good at in the criminal world, all the money's in booze after this. And that's where everybody goes because there's just too much money in it.
Yeah.
You know? So Petrosino
Beats
is
shaking down fruit vendors.
Yeah. He so he's under Police Commissioner Theodore Roosevelt.
Whoa.
Yeah. And aside from doing all this shit, he's getting in with other Italian shit. He's getting in with this Italian anarchist group.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is responsible for the killing of the King of Italy in 1900.
Right.
That is also linked to the killing of McKinley in America in 1901 and warns them. He's like, McKinley's going to get assassinated. And he knows Theodore Roosevelt, who is now vice president in 1901.
No way.
And Theodore Roosevelt is like, if this guy says it, it's for real. This guy is the real deal. And he's been made now just the head of the Italian unit of the NYPD. There's like a whole division for Italian crime, right? And he's the chief of that division, right? But aside from that, it's like any Italian crime. So he's into this Italian anarchist network, and he's telling them, he's like, you're the vice, this guy's going to get assassinated, dude, straight up. And Theodore Roosevelt warns them and is like, believe this guy Petrosino. This guy is the real deal.
And then it happens.
So he's handling shit solo, right? And let's see here. One of his friends is a world famous Italian tenor singer.
Oh wow.
Enrico Caruso.
Nice.
He's there doing the fucking Philharmonic or whatever. He gets a black hand note.
Uh-oh. Don't mess with my man.
Ooh, don't mess with my Italian. Because now you're going after bougie Italians. You know what I mean?
These are his people.
And he's really on the side of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, he gets a black hand note. Joe tracks down the sender. He breaks both of the guy's arms.
Oh my God.
He throws him on a boat bound for Sicily and tells him he'll blow his brains out if he comes back to New York.
No due process.
No, he breaks both of his arms.
Good luck swimming back.
Like, oh my God. Okay? Jeez. This is the thing, dude. This guy's handling shit in alleys, right? He's a fucking lunatic.
He's Batman.
Dude, I mean, but also, can you imagine the terror of just random notes getting flung?
Yeah, and there's no,
at the
yellow
news
pages.
Not only that, these guys have so much black hand money, they can afford the lawyers. They're all getting off.
Right.
So this guy is
or
like,
at least buy off.
This guy's going Dirty Harry style.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know? So there's another Enrico.
Uh-oh.
Now this guy is a Camorra guy.
Okay.
Enrico Alfano.
Oof.
This Enrico is not getting paid, right?
By his black
By
hand
the
brothers?
black hand victims. And he kills a bunch of them.
Oh, sales are bad. He starts killing the...
Petrosino is getting his files from Italy. He finds out this guy's mutilated an entire family in Naples. So Petrosino has such a fucking hard-on for Alfano, right?
Right.
He fucking tracks him down to a room, right? In some fucking seedy...
Teak.
Some seedy building. And he gets his fucking gun out in the hallway, right? And he fucking, with his big-ass boot, kicks the fucking door down off the hinges, right? Underneath the door that he's now running over are two men that had their guns out ready waiting for him.
Oh, my God.
They're underneath him, right? So he's standing on the door with these two guys that were ready to kill him underneath his feet, under the door. Alfano's making a fucking getaway out the window, and he's pointing his fucking .38 revolver at him, and he's like, go ahead, rat. Do it. He's like, I'll end your head. Right? He takes these guys, right? He takes all of their ties. They're dressed up.
Of course.
They got ties on. He takes a bunch of bed sheets. He ties all three of them together, like cartoon style.
Yes.
He ties all three of these bastards together, right? He drags them down the stairs. They're all tied up. And he's a big fucking goon. He's dragging them through the streets of Little Italy. Oh. Telling everybody, this is your black hand. Spit on him.
He spit it on me.
He spit it on me.
He's spitting up.
Nobody's spitting on him. You know what I mean? They're like, I don't know about that, right? So this guy is fucking nuts, dude. This guy goes out, they're poisoning his food. He gets thousands of black hand notes into his
All the time?
All the time. Leave New York.
There's just a pile of old Black Hand notes on his stoop.
All the time, dude. They're like, get the fuck out of the city. Thousands. Dude, he's getting shot at in the street when there's like a busy crowd, like a bustling, street crowd, and he's in knives. Knives are coming out, bro. They're fucking slashing at him. And he's fine. And he's like, fuck it, I don't give a shit, right? I mean, this guy is nuts. And so then he goes to the fucking commissioner, this guy Bingham, and he says, we're getting a lot done. We're catching a lot of these guys with all this fucking help. We're deporting them. They're not even arresting them. It's just
bye.
No trial. Get the fuck out. You're wanted in Italy. The end.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to go over there.
Oh, I need to go to the source.
Because I need to match my faces and names that might be fake to actual files that I can go through in Italy. So he goes over there, and he's fucking found this guy. He takes the war to Italy. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he's like this guy, and he's sending shit. They're sending the guys are getting deported while he's there from the shit he's sending back to New York.
Oh my gosh.
All this evidence.
He's there waiting for him on the boat.
He's
the dock. Hey!
Yeah, I'm here to break your arms. And, but the mafia in Italy is like, this guy's getting too fucking close. And like the fucking capo di tutti capi, the boss of bosses in Italy, actually invites him over for dinner to find out how close he is to getting mafia shit. Because the mafia is not really his target. He's just really after this Black Hand shit, which again is a freelance operation anybody can do.
Right.
But the thing is that you realize, well, it's a lot of mafia guys.
Mafia familiars,
it's a lot of the Camorra and mafia guys doing it. Like Johnny Torrio was doing it. Mm-hmm. Johnny Torrio is depicted in Boardwalk Empire as kind of Al Capone's mentor. Mm-hmm. He was into it. Frankie Yale is another guy that's kind of famous in the criminal underworld that was into the Black Hand. And so this guy's like, this dude's got to go.
Right, he's getting too close.
He's getting too close. So somebody tells him, meet me out at the, the plaza in the middle of just total public, and this informant's going to be there, and he's going to give you all the info on these bosses. He goes there. There's 100 shots fired from the dark, and they take him out. And now this is an approved mission from the commissioner of the police of New York.
Yeah.
So there's like an international uproar over
right.
this. This is Theodore Roosevelt's friend.
Yeah, and he's murdered overseas.
And he's murdered
on duty.
And the Italians are like, well, so sorry. But nobody's ever arrested. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever arrested.
Right. Well, it's the mob.
So the capo di tutti capi, he's the guy that did it. He is feeling the heat from this because it is an international incident, right? Yeah. He goes to New Orleans to start doing the Black Hand shit.
The capo
himself. The capo decides, I'm done being the capo di tutti capi.
I'm gonna freelance.
I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to the New World.
Yeah.
And he takes the name Di Cristina. The capo was Marchese. He goes to New Orleans. He starts doing the Black Hand thing, and he's operating openly. He'll take the note to your face. I'm the Black Hand.
That's mob style.
Yeah, this is more mob. This is getting more mob style. You know what I mean? He delivers the notes in person. Nobody is fucking with him. Nobody, except just this grocer Pietro Pepitone. Pietro's like, I'm
sorry.
No. So he's got a couple of thugs come by.
And he's a grocer, you said.
He's just a grocer. Guy with a fucking fruit stand.
Right. Man, what is it they got against fish?
How much money do you got to give if you got a fruit stand? You know what I'm saying? So these thugs are like, they tell Marchese, they're like, yeah, he's not going to pay. So Marchese's like, I guess I'll have to go myself. And he takes his little wagon down there. There's not cars yet, right? He takes a wagon down there.
A radio flyer.
And he's climbing up the plane. Yeah, he takes his wagon down there, and he's like, guy won't pay. I guess I got to talk to him, fuck. All right, and he's climbing down off the wagon. Pietro comes out blasting a shotgun into him.
Jesus Christ. Into him.
Unloads the entire shotgun into this dude.
Hell yeah. Dead.
He gets 20 years. He's paroled in 6.
Back out there hawking lettuce and shit.
So I just wanted to tell you the epilogue of the guy that was basically responsible for killing Petrosino, this cop. On July 17th, shortly after the murder of Petrosino in Italy, on the same day, the commissioner of police in Palermo, where he was investigating, steps down over it. the same day the commissioner of police in New York steps down over it.
Ooh.
New York declares his funeral a holiday. 200,000 people come.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about this guy.
It's announced in April of 2017 that a movie will be made about him starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was just gonna fucking ask. And who's doing it?
I don't know. Paramount is doing it. I don't know who's directing.
Damn.
Isn't that good shit?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
So don't see the movie. Just listen to the podcast. I did it in fucking 20 minutes.
You don't have hours to waste, and you don't got to look at DiCaprio's fat fucking head either. You just hear our voice talking about the teak for an hour first.
Yeah, you do. Get the teak.
You got to get the teak, dude. We should have a premiere of Leonardo's movie at the teak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nutloads on the red carpet. Yeah, I was gonna say of all the stories that we've done so far on the podcast, this is the most ready for picture.
Yeah.
Because it has the mob thing. It's got the 1890s New York.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I never hear about this guy? And also, I got this. I gotta say, I got this from a book that I got called Blood Letters and Bad Men. That's how I found out about the Black Hand. It's a narrative encyclopedia of American criminals from the Pilgrims to the present. It's made in the 70s, so they don't have
Any of the good shit?
Ted Bundy and shit like that, or Jeffrey
Night
Dahmer.
Stalker.
But it's exhaustive in all of its stuff from I was telling Matt, the Wild West guys, and you can see all the bank robber John Dillinger era guys and these mafia guys. The Chicago outfit mafia guys, I think, are very underrepresented in kind of
in pop culture.
Yeah. They get extensively dealt with in this book, and you can all cross-reference since it's an alphabetical encyclopedia. You can
who's this guy? Go check out the
and
guy.
how does he relate to this person? It says see also this guy. Blah blah blah. It's an amazing book, and the guy writes just hysterical. And he talks about all this Black Hand shit where it was happening in Chicago. They were doing it with bombs. There was guys that were bomb you didn't pay and it was bombs and. These guys, dude, all the bomb makers that were making Black Hand money, then they all became bombers for Prohibition gangsters. And just
you gotta follow the money, man.
It just completely flows, no matter what you are. If you're him, man. In Chicago, there was a fucking guy. I just have to say this because it's another profile. If I can ever find out anything about this guy, if you don't pay the Black Hand in Chicago, he killed 15 people openly. Everybody knows his face. He's walking around yeah, you know me. I'm the shotgun man.
Oh, what does he do?
He would go up to people and show them newspaper clippings, total strangers, where they were talking about how he was a local terrorist.
Oh, here, this is me.
This is me.
That's me. I'm famous.
I killed 15 or something people, like a total savage lunatic. And they were like, don't get me wrong, he wasn't allied to the mafia or
he was just his own Black Hand independent operator.
I'm just a hitman. That's all I am. If somebody didn't pay and you're paying me, and they fucking paid this guy.
Yeah, I bet.
It's just this lawless, crazy. You just forget how this other time is such a wasteland.
Yeah.
I mean, can you just imagine? I saw the shotgun man today. Oh, cool.
Urban. Uh-huh. All right.
Cool. And now we can go to the Teak. It's 2017, dude.
Hell yeah.
You know? Or we can not. You know what? It's 2017. We cannot go to the Teak. You know what I mean?
We also cannot not go to the Teak. We gotta go to the Teak, dude.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Before
we gotta profile the fucking guy who runs the Teak.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah.
John, I'm excited for this movie about this profile.
Me too.
It sounds great. It's a turn of the century Italian mob Batman. It makes me think of.
Yeah, I just think it's so great that this guy was just such a fearless lunatic and was you're preying on poor people. You're preying on people in your own neighborhood.
Yeah. It's
with
a no-no.
Just shitty little scams and
fear. It's terrorism, right? It's
yeah, it's not it's not as cute as bootlegging beer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're not even offering protection.
Right.
Right?
It's a total lack of protection
from me. Yeah. Hey, pay me so you don't get fucked up by me.
Yeah.
But not, at least with the mob, they were protecting you from, other rackets.
Right. Other guy. Yeah. Exactly.
And, in a way that prohibition and it forced them to adapt and become more organized and get stronger. And, it wasn't all bad. Vegas. Vegas was better when the mob ran it.
Right. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a whole bunch of jerk-off theater and mob shit, huh?
My favorite things are jerk-off parlors and the mafia.
Matt, what did you think of all that?
It was beautiful. It's a beautiful story. It's too bad that he had to get tricked into the death, though. It's
over in Italy.
In
It's
Italy.
like
I
Santa
know.
returning home.
But also, it's such a tribute to the guy that they had to get him in. This is like a public square they killed him in. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're like, this guy, we've tried to kill this guy many, many, many times. The only thing we can think to do is shoot him from
From all angles.
and far away.
Yeah.
So that he can't hurt
Beat
us.
us to death.
Beat us to death and break our arms. Yeah.
I bet all of those guys had broken arms at one point. This is their big revenge.
I know. Yeah, were some of the guys that shot him guys that came back on the boat?
With their non-broken arm.
You know what I mean? Like, God, what an amazing
Yeah,
story.
sending them all back to Italy, and then you go there. It's like getting locked up in a prison that you put all the people in.
Yeah.
They were gonna do like a superhero movie about that. They were gonna do I think a Green Arrow movie called Supermax, where Green Arrow gets it takes place.
Oh, like the
late-
Rorschach thing in Watchmen?
Yeah, it's just like that.
Really?
But that's the whole movie.
Right. Good call.
You have the whole history of Green Arrow, which is okay. You just wash past it, and now he gets arrested as a 40-year-old man or whatever, and they throw him in the Supermax prison where he put all those people there.
Right.
That would have been a cool movie.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see this Italian fella.
I just don't. You can't go to Italy, dude. You're right in the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that.
Yeah, he really wanted to get him.
I want to go back to those letters. I love those letters.
Oh, the Black Hand letters?
Hey, give us some money. We're going to kill you. Best wishes.
Oh my God.
Like, signing off really nicely.
The creepy of the polite is too much. That's too much because that does make it sound like it's like, what's creepy about Eyes Wide Shut is it's like so formal.
Yes. We're gonna shoot heroin in my library.
Well, not even the dust of your families will be left. Don't be such a weirdo.
As it were. I'm gonna leave. Can I read one more of these not recommended reviews from the Teak?
Oh, please.
You have to love seedy places to come here. This is by LAP.
What?
You have to love seedy places to come here. On my last visit, 2 days ago, there were 2 trannies jerking off a group of men. I brought a friend here. She wanted some public fun. Jenny J? I don't know. Not too T.O. many people interested in her. Sad face.
Oh.
I got a lot of offers, though. The only 2 straight or bi guys that were into us didn't want to use condom, which is insane. So we left and went around the corner on Western by the McD's, and we fucked out there while the trannies watched. LOL. It was hot, don't judge. Winky face emoticon. Public sex kicks ass.
Oh my God.
4-star review.
4-star.
That is great.
LAP, huh?
My favorite headline, there's like the headlines of the reviews, all caps, not a tiki bar.
That's got to be a hell of an entrance.
So many people say it's not a tiki bar. You fucking think? How many tiki bars have turnstiles?
It smelled like nut loads.
There are literally nut loads every. Yes, of course. Jesus Christ! Do not sit down. What are you gonna lurk in the back like a psycho?
Hover.
Yeah. Jesus.
We gotta go to the Teak.
We gotta go, and we gotta leave. I want to say, my friend Dodger has been listening to the podcast like crazy. I told him I would give him a shout. Dodger told me this joke. This is my new favorite street joke. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle?
Oh, why?
His wife is dead. That's the most insane.
That's disgusting.
What the fuck? What? It's so like, what?
It's gross.
It's the worst.
Hey, but I love Dr. Pepper.
Shout out to Dodger and Joe Latchett. And I'm trying to think of all the Italians that I have to make up to saying Dago on the air.
Yeah, sorry?
Yeah.
Poetic license.
Yeah. We are out of here. Get on the studio
Bandwagon?
Yeah.
Get on it.
Just hop on it.
Listen, if nothing else, just put it on your ears and fall asleep. I did.
You can cruise around without wires and Bluetooth.
Yeah,
and just...
get into the 21st century, you Hoosier bastard.
That's absolutely true. Thank you, Aaron.
Hey,
thank you,
John,
Matt, for being a part of the podcast.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
I like it. I
and
like it a lot.
And if you've got any crazy Yelp reviews, send them our way.
Yeah, let us know for sure. For sure.
We'll track these psychopaths down. And
I really was hoping that Jenny J would be a guest on the program.
If you're out there,
Jenny. At least on the phone.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean.
Hang up the fucking phone.
All right, folks, we are out of here. Thank you so much. We love you. Please, write a review.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah, review us like you would review the Teak.
Yeah.
Please, make a game out of it.
Yeah, have fun.
Go on iTunes
Try
or
it out.
whatever, try it out. And review us like we're a, nut load, heavy, crack smoking, take a nap, get shanked theater. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
Good night.